What's up, everybody? YouTube, how's it going? Keken here from Keken Universe, here to unlock your potential. Because you guys know it. Say it with me. I am strong, I am prosperous, and I am wealthy and happy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out my video here. Today's topic, if you obviously clicked, it's about money. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about your relationship and my relationship with money. What's everybody's relationship with money? If you guys ever read the book Happy Money from Ken Honda, it's definitely something I highly recommend when it comes to money, because everything, if you want to know, everything is more or less energy. So if you want to improve your wealth, you want to improve your mindset when it comes to money, first, foremost, you have to really go deep within yourself, because everything comes from within yourself. Seek forth. The kingdom of heaven is within. So, if you want to increase when it comes to making more money, you got to look within. What kind of mentality do you have? What kind of relationship do you have? Do you talk to money? These kind of things, these kind of questions, more or less, are very important when it comes to having a better relationship with money. And in my opinion, in my take from my personal experience, I say I have increased my money tenfold for sure. I was working at a restaurant before. I worked really hard. I was working my butt off, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, probably even up to 7 days a week. Sometimes I was working like 5 days, even up to 7 days. And it was insane, because I was thinking, the harder I work, the more I can actually do it. But then I realized later on, it's really more of it isn't exchanging your time for money in that sense, but it's more exchanging the value that you can produce for money. Now, if you think about it, guys, think about like coders or people who are programmers, how much money they can get per hour. Sometimes it can go from $75 to even like $500 an hour. It's crazy, because the project that they're trying to do or whatever they're coding, it's worth the value, and that's still time that's being dedicated. But why is it that they're being paid for $75 as opposed to someone at, for example, McDonald's? Why is that? What is the difference? It's the value that they can give to the marketplace, and how much value programming, making websites and such like that, web development and all this, how much that's valued at the marketplace right now. And that's not going to change whether you guys like it or not. That's why I always say, give value, seek skills. Seek skills when it comes to these certain things. That's why you heard the word degree. Degree is not necessary. A pedigree, it came from the term pedigree, which means something that comes from of the skill. So, getting yourself skills is really important, but having that mentality and confidence in that is really important. But here's my thing, what you primarily have to do is having that relationship within yourself, having that relationship with God, because God wants you to flourish. God wants you to be prosperous, and I believe that. God is within you, inside. That is where all this information, the kingdom of heaven, is within, like I've mentioned. And that's why I think that having a good relationship with money comes from positivity, a prosperity mindset, and just knowing that money has to be more or less spoken to and be happy in your mind, thinking, I can keep making this. They're your workers, more or less. Even a dollar bill can really go out there. Make $1, you can make $2. If you can make $2, you can make $5, and then that can multiply, stack up. Compound interest is super important, guys. And if you ever know Warren Buffett's story, you should look into that, about the story of how he uses and leverages compound interest. And that's what he believes, his secret, why he became a billionaire and made him rich. So if you think about it, there's multiple strategies, but what I want to talk about here is more the mindset, the spiritual aspect of things, and what you can do about it. Now, again, if you heard my story about working at the restaurant, I was working really hard. And I wasn't really producing. I still was producing value, but I felt like I could have done something even more, obviously, and I could have made more money. But I felt like maybe I thought the more hours I worked, and it didn't matter, even if I was working 12 hours, 14 hours, 7 days a week, like that's grueling. That's grueling, and could really take it off. You just lose gas. You lose gas in your mind and everything, in your body, physically, and then you got to repeat and wake up and do it all over again. I thought that working hard in that sense would make more money, but it didn't. It really just capped me off at a certain amount. And I was only making about like $30,000 something a year, and the amount of work that I did was really, really tough. And after all the taxes with working at the service industry, it was difficult. It really didn't. You didn't really, at least for my place, I didn't really reap as much financially. Although I will have to say that it was a good learning experience when it comes to meeting the people. So I'm very grateful for that, for sure. So yeah, going back to that with money, it's all about value and what you can do with the relationship. So what changed for me is that I jumped from making 30 to about 50,000 a plus around that area. Now, how did I do that? By working, by the way, by working less and not doing as much. Why? Why is that? So what happened in between, I'll tell you what happened in between, is pretty much I established myself and I found a lot of these law of attraction kind of videos and talk about money and such like that, and I realized it did work. And I can say as like I can vouch for it, and I can affirm that these things do work. And after changing my relationship with money, even writing down on paper, and that sounds, at first it sounded ridiculous for me, but I'll tell you guys right now, if you make a relationship with money, you write down even a letter that says, money, forgive me, I don't mean to say any of these bad things. And I used to say, even like fulfill these words and these sentences like money's the root of, but now I change it. My subconscious mind has thought money's the root of happiness. It really is. And if you think about it, it can really buy great, and you can do a lot of great things with it. And that's the thing, like people are like, oh, you're too materialistic. Well, guess what? We live in a materialistic world. We live in abundance. We live in prosperity. You're supposed to be prosperous. God wants you to flourish so you can flourish for other people and be an example to show the whole world that you are amazing through God, through yourself, and through everything that represents good, positivity, abundance. And that's what I'm leaning forward to. That's what I'm moving towards. And we're expanding in that sense, if you think about it, in your mindset, everything. That's why I think that having money is good. I gotta say that. Having money is great. Because if you think about it, poverty ain't gonna solve that, man. Poverty is just gonna make it worse. And if you look at these poverty-stricken areas, they have a lot of crime. It's not good. They're surviving, and they'll do whatever it has to take, because these people are good people. Yet they have to do what it has to take to survive. They gotta sell drugs, they gotta steal, they gotta even kill. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys have to realize, having a relationship with money, changing that mindset. These politicians are so bad, corrupted. Forget about that. Think about yourself. Think about yourself, your family, what you can truly do for the world and all the people who are around it. That's the impact that you can have on the world. You can even make videos like what I'm doing right now to talk about the change that you've done just because you made a better relationship with money. And it's not bad. Don't think of it that way. We've been conditioned socially to think, the bad guy has a lot of money and all this other stuff. But it's not true. Greed doesn't have to be like that. You can use your money for the opposite, to help, to even provide jobs, to provide value. Think about it. People need that. People want jobs. People want jobs when it comes to getting a new opportunity. You're providing these things. That's so much value. So that's the thing. It's like, where are you in the frequency of the scale, like when it comes to energy? Where are you when it comes to money? Are you here, down there, or are you up there? And I would much rather be up there if I were you guys as well, because I could tell you, like Warren Buffett said, I was poor, I was rich, and I'll tell you, being rich is definitely way better. So there is no virtue in being poor, and it doesn't help anybody else. You know that. You guys know that deep inside, intuitively. You know that. You see everywhere grass. Look how abundant fruits are. Grass everywhere. It's enough blades to go around to count. It would take a lifetime, even be more than that. It's abundant. God created abundance. God created abundance for you to be abundant as well, for others as well, so you can teach other people that there really is something higher out there. And that's what I do. And that's what I use my words. And I know that there truly is a connection to have a relationship. And for me to have a relationship with God, I've changed my whole life. My whole life has changed. And all you got to do is just pray. Pray and believe that you will be rich. You will be abundant. You will make a lot more money, and life will get better. I promise you guys that. And that's what I wanted to say. There are a lot of words you can look at online, and if you want to say, oh, these magic words will help you get money. You know what? I'll tell you this. It may not, but I'll tell you, having a positive mindset with money will definitely make you money. Will definitely think of you money. But at the same time, having action in that sense of giving value to people, what you truly believe in, that will make you money as well. And having fun and having that good energy behind it. Because there's no point of making that money or having lots of money if you're miserable making that money. You might as well be happy. That way you can be consistent. And that way you could flourish and give out to others as well. You got to be happy in the sense of making that money, but at the same time, having that money will make you happy as well. And just to multiply that happiness, spread it around. Let people know, the whole world know that you're happy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, my life has been a lot better, jumping from 30 to 50,000 plus. Even with finding that course with Seth Hines in digital marketing, if you guys want to look into it, digitalmarketinghumans.com, check that out. I have a link there. That changed my life. Digital marketing has changed my life, and finding that career. And if it wasn't for the mindset of me thinking, instead of having because I had that victim mindset before, even at the restaurant when I was serving, I had that victim mindset. I thought the world was unfair in that sense, but it can be. But at the same time, you really have to have a good attitude. Coming out, having a good attitude, and having a good relationship with money, and knowing that ever since that changed, my life has 180 switched completely, changed for the better, changed for the positive, and made a lot better for my life. And I have to say, having a better relationship, writing things. If you have to write a note if you have to. Talk to it. Talk to money if you have to. I know it sounds silly, but I'm telling you, for me, it worked. And ever since then, it jumped me up. And I promise you, if you have a clear goal of how much you want to make, write it down. You want to make 80,000, 100,000, 1 million, whatever. Have that clear goal and believe it in your heart, and to pray that you will be able to have that amount. And I promise you guys, if you believe in your heart, just even the faith the size of a mustard seed, you will get that. You'll get probably even more abundantly. But I promise you, this will happen. And that's what happened to me. And that's why I said, looking back, I was like, I should have wrote a little bit higher number. But at the same time, I know these things are building blocks, and I will only get better. I know that. So yeah, guys, if you ever want to have more of these, see more of these videos, if you like it, hit the like button, comment below, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe. I'll be making more of these mindset, money, spirituality kind of videos, because I do love it. It's awesome. It's great. And I want everybody to flourish and know that they too can become rich with the right mindset, with the right words, and with the right beliefs and positive attitude, that they can truly give value to people all over the world. Because you never know. You just never know. And you're bigger than you think. Always pray. Always believe. Always have that relationship with God, because it's always good. Life is always good, guys. I'm having a good time. Life is always great. And, even saying these words make me feel great right now. So I have to say, this really does work. This stuff works for sure. So believe in it, guys. Believe in it. Yeah. And I'll check you guys later. Thank you so much for checking out Keken at Keken Universe. Yeah. Take care, guys. See ya.